My beloved child. Something heavy has just shaken the ground beneath the one you love. Their heart is pounding, their hands are trembling, and their words have broken into chaos. Someone confronted them, and the truth that spilled out changed everything. In a moment of anger, they said your name. It wasn't planned. It escaped like a secret too heavy to hold. The silence that followed felt like thunder, and now the entire energy around them has shifted. They're sitting in a dark room now, staring at nothing but the echo of what just happened. Every sentence they replay in their mind takes them back to you, the face they can't forget, the love they tried to bury but couldn't. The fight wasn't just about jealousy or pride, it was about the truth they tried to hide for too long. Archangel Michael says this is the moment heaven intervenes. What was broken is about to be revealed in light, and the storm they caused will soon turn into a realization they can no longer run from. Type Amen to get blessing 333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They didn't expect the truth to hurt this much. They wanted to win the argument, but instead, they lost their balance. Your name was spoken with fire, and suddenly everything they were hiding came out. The person they fought with now knows everything, how deeply they still care, how much they regret, and how they never really moved on. They tried to silence their emotions, but the fight exposed their weakness, you. Now they are pacing back and forth, trying to fix what can't be unsaid. In their anger, they revealed that their heart still beats only for you. The people around them are whispering. Some are shocked, others are angry, but one thing is clear, they've been caught between truth and denial. The mask they wore has fallen, and now their emotions are open for the world to see. Archangel Michael whispers again. This chaos is divine intervention. It's meant to clear away illusions so that real intentions can finally surface. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Tonight, they can't sleep. The silence feels too loud. Every sound reminds them of the last thing they said, the last time they saw your face, the last message they deleted but never forgot. They wanted control, but now they're losing it, because their heart is louder than their pride. They're holding their phone, scrolling through your old messages. They hesitate, hovering over your name, thinking whether to reach out or disappear. But something inside them won't let go. Every heartbeat whispers your name. Archangel Michael says, the reason they're restless tonight is because your soul is calling theirs. The energy between you two is shifting, aligning for truth. You may suddenly feel their thoughts, their energy, like an invisible current touching your chest. That's not imagination, that's connection. Something is about to unfold. The fight they had wasn't random, it was a spark sent from above to bring what's hidden into the light. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Don't skip this part. Because this is where destiny begins to rearrange itself. The person who once pretended not to care is now surrounded by guilt, confusion, and undeniable love. Their pride is cracking, and the truth is slipping through. They're realizing that all their choices led them away from peace, and every path they took without you was hollow. The argument they had opened a wound, but it's the wound that will lead to awakening. The person they fought with exposed how deeply you still live inside their heart. You'll feel their pull, like your heart suddenly becomes heavy, or your mind drifts to them out of nowhere. That's the moment their energy reaches for yours. The universe is creating a mirror between you, reflecting every emotion they tried to hide. Archangel Michael says this fight was never about anger, it was about revelation. It's the point where their lies can no longer stand against divine truth. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Now they're walking outside, under the night sky, trying to understand what just happened. Their breath is shallow, their eyes are wet, and every star above feels like it's watching them. They replay your laughter, your goodbye, your silence, and for the first time, they understand what they lost. The person they fought with said words that cut deep, "You never stopped loving them, did you?" And though they stayed silent, their tears answered everything. The truth broke free, and now they can't escape it. They know you were the calm in their chaos, the one who saw through their anger and loved them anyway. But they took that for granted, and now karma is whispering lessons they can't unhear. The fight was divine, a reflection, not a punishment. Archangel Michael says this pain is the cleansing before the breakthrough. The tension is preparing both of you for the reunion that heaven has already written. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Don't scroll away. Because this part carries the message your soul has been waiting for. Every tear they shed tonight is building the bridge that leads back to you. They'll try to hide it, but heaven is already guiding their next step. Someone from their circle will mention your name soon. It will start small, a conversation, a coincidence, but it will trigger their next move. You'll feel it before it happens, a sudden warmth in your chest or a strange sense of calm before the message arrives. They're fighting the urge to contact you, but they will break soon. Their ego is tired, their soul is calling for peace, and the universe won't let them rest until they make things right. Archangel Michael is moving through dreams tonight. Expect signs, a song that suddenly plays, a number that repeats, or a scent that brings memories. Those are confirmations that divine energy is in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Days will pass, and you'll notice subtle shifts. You might wake up feeling lighter, or catch yourself smiling for no reason. That's because the energy between you is healing. Their fight released the tension that kept your connection stuck. They'll go quiet for a while. Not because they don't care, but because they're processing. They're reflecting on every word they said, every choice they made. And when they return, they won't come as the same person, they'll come with sincerity. This time, they'll speak the truth. No games, no half-hearted promises. Just raw emotion and the need to be understood. The fight shattered their walls, and now they see what truly matters. Archangel Michael says this transformation is guided by divine justice. What was unfair will be made right, and the truth that once hurt will soon heal. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Something big is about to happen. Their silence will break with a message, and it will come at the exact moment you least expect. You might be busy, distracted, or about to sleep, and that's when their name will appear on your screen. They won't just say, "Hi." They'll pour out emotions they've been holding for months. Words like, "I'm sorry, I messed up," and "I never stopped loving you" will flow without resistance. It will shock you, but your heart will recognize the sincerity. This isn't coincidence, it's divine timing. The argument they had opened a new spiritual path for both of you. It burned away pride, and what remains is truth. Archangel Michael says, when the message comes, receive it with peace, not fear. It's the beginning of the balance you both prayed for. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You'll feel the shift before the call comes. The air will feel different, time will move slower, and your intuition will whisper, it's close. Don't doubt it, that's heaven aligning circumstances. They'll choose honesty over pride, love over confusion, surrender over control. You'll hear the crack in their voice when they speak your name, and that will tell you everything. This is not about the past anymore, it's about the redemption of your souls. They'll admit they fought with someone because they couldn't bear to see you move on. That fight was born from jealousy, love, and fear all at once. But it awakened them to the truth, they can't live without peace, and peace means you. Archangel Michael says the season of delay is over. This is where pain turns into reunion, and confusion turns into clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Now, my beloved child, listen closely. You are not imagining the signs. The universe has been rearranging everything around you for this exact moment. The delays, the tears, the isolation, all were preparation. Heaven needed to remove distractions, expose pretenders, and purify your energy so that true love could find its way back. That fight they had wasn't the end, it was the ignition. The explosion that would force truth into the open. Every word you read here is a confirmation that you are seen, protected, and guided. You're not losing your mind, you're awakening to divine orchestration. What they lost in anger, they will recover in humility. Archangel Michael says, hold your ground. Don't chase. Let them come with truth. The universe is already clearing their path toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. The story isn't ending here, it's evolving. They are stepping into accountability, and you are stepping into peace. Soon, the storm that once divided you will become the testimony that strengthens you. You will look back and realize why everything happened exactly as it did. Because without the fight, they would never have seen your worth. Without the distance, they would never have understood love. Without the pain, they would never have awakened. Now the alignment begins. The connection that once broke in silence will be rebuilt in truth. Archangel Michael is standing beside you, ensuring no negative energy interferes this time. Breathe, my beloved child, your story is being rewritten by heaven itself. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. The night hasn't calmed yet. Your person sits alone, head buried in trembling hands, surrounded by echoes of every word they said. The argument is over, but its energy still storms inside them like thunder refusing to fade. They can still hear their own voice breaking, still see the eyes of the one they argued with, wide, shocked, demanding truth. Their heart keeps whispering your name through every breath, every regret. It's as if the universe won't let them forget what they confessed in fury. They scroll through your photos again, fingers shaking, afraid to touch memories that still burn. The emotions they denied for months have returned stronger, louder, unstoppable. They know what they feel now can't be undone. Archangel Michael moves closer, wrapping divine light around your heart and theirs, whispering, truth always surfaces when it's time for love to heal. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. Hours turn into dawn, yet they haven't slept. They keep staring at their reflection, asking silently how everything collapsed so fast. Their eyes are swollen, but behind the exhaustion is realization: they fought because they cared. The person who provoked them only mirrored the jealousy they've buried for too long. When your name came up, it unleashed all the emotion they've been holding in silence. They didn't plan to reveal it, but the universe demanded exposure. Now they feel both shame and relief. Shame for losing control, relief because they finally spoke truth their soul couldn't hide anymore. Every wall around their heart has cracked open. Archangel Michael watches as divine justice balances what was broken, guiding both hearts back toward honesty. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Don't skip this moment. Something sacred is unfolding behind the chaos. The fight didn't destroy destiny, it redirected it. In the unseen realm, angels are rearranging timelines, removing false voices that poison this connection. You might notice people disappearing from your life quietly. Those are the distractions being removed. Only truth will remain standing. Your person will feel the sudden urge to reach out soon. They'll try to write and delete messages, to calm their pulse, to decide whether to confess or stay silent. But heaven won't allow silence anymore. Archangel Michael says, every storm that shakes love is a signal that healing has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. By sunset, they finally walk outside. The air feels colder, heavier, filled with thoughts of what could have been. They see couples laughing on the street and suddenly realize how empty their own life has become without you. Memories hit like flashes, your laughter, your patience, your quiet goodbyes. Each one pierces through their pride, leaving only truth. They whisper your name softly, hoping the wind carries it somewhere near you. And perhaps it does, because at that same moment, you might feel a faint warmth, a chill, or hear a random sound that feels strangely familiar. That's not coincidence, that's divine communication. Archangel Michael ensures your souls remain connected, no matter the distance, until reconciliation arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Days pass, but they still can't escape the echo of that fight. Every conversation feels meaningless compared to what they confessed in anger. Their emotions have reached a point of no return. They keep receiving signs, repeating numbers, random songs that describe you perfectly, dreams where your face glows in golden light. They wake up sweating, realizing the universe is giving them no rest until they make things right. In public they wear a calm mask, but when alone, they crumble. They whisper your name like a prayer, hoping somehow you can feel it. Archangel Michael says, when hearts are destined, even silence becomes a language heaven understands. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. You, too, can sense the shift. There's a sudden emotional wave, as if energy around you vibrates with their thoughts. You may not see them, but your soul knows, something deep inside them has changed. That's why your nights feel heavier, yet strangely peaceful. You're being prepared for communication, for closure, for truth. Heaven wants you calm, not anxious, so you can recognize sincerity when it arrives. The same angels that guided them through pain are now surrounding you with protection. You're being shielded from false intentions and aligned only with genuine love. Archangel Michael's wings form a barrier of light between you and confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Their fight has reached people you didn't expect. Someone close to them knows everything now, about how deeply they feel, about how they regret losing you. That person is secretly encouraging them to make peace. In a few nights, a sudden conversation will reignite the courage they've been lacking. They'll remember every promise they once made, every dream you both shared. Their heart will feel an invisible push, and that's when destiny takes over. They'll write the message again, slowly, honestly, differently this time. And before fear stops them, they'll send it. Your screen will light up, and your soul will recognize that divine timing has arrived. Archangel Michael smiles, because that moment was written long before either of you knew it existed. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. The reunion won't be dramatic. It will be quiet, pure, almost sacred. When you read their message, your heartbeat will slow, not from shock, but recognition. They'll speak truth this time. You'll sense the weight in every word, the sincerity behind every apology. And as you read, tears might fall, not from pain, but from release. This was never about punishment, it was always about growth. The fight was the breaking point that made both hearts evolve into readiness. Archangel Michael says, "Forgive not because they deserve it, but because your peace deserves freedom." Type Amen to get blessing 2222. When you finally meet again, there will be silence before words. That silence will carry everything you both left unsaid: regret, love, healing. The air will vibrate differently, you'll feel warmth instead of tension. They'll look into your eyes and see home. Not the place, but the feeling. And you'll understand that this reunion isn't random, it's divine completion. Heaven waited for this alignment. The angels who witnessed every tear now surround you with light, sealing the cycle of pain with purpose. You both were meant to break to become whole. Archangel Michael blesses this moment as the rebirth of divine connection. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. In that instant, time will pause. Every burden will lift, every misunderstanding will dissolve. What remains will be love purified by fire. You will talk for hours, not rushing, not hiding. Every sentence will feel like healing, like two souls finally breathing after holding their breath for lifetimes. The same fight that once brought distance will now be remembered as the moment destiny started working. Without it, neither of you would have awakened to the truth. Archangel Michael's voice will echo softly, "It was never destruction. It was transformation." Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The storm has passed. The lesson is learned. What follows now is calm, clarity, and divine confirmation that love, when protected by heaven, can survive anything. Every scar becomes a symbol of strength, every tear becomes holy water that nourishes growth. You'll look back and thank the universe for timing things exactly right. Because sometimes, the biggest fights are not endings, they're beginnings in disguise. The universe broke what was false to rebuild what's real. Archangel Michael now steps back, knowing you're ready to walk this renewed path in peace. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. The calm that followed the storm was only an illusion. Beneath the quiet air, a truth kept trembling, waiting to surface. Your person thought the fight was over, but destiny had more to reveal. That night, they received a message they weren't expecting. It wasn't from you, but it carried your energy, your memory, your unspoken pain. The words inside it were enough to make their world stop spinning. Someone they trusted had been keeping secrets, words twisted, stories altered, intentions disguised. The fight that tore everything apart was not born from truth but from manipulation. And now the pieces begin to align. Archangel Michael says, every lie must face light. Nothing whispered in darkness can survive divine exposure. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. They scroll back through conversations and screenshots, realizing how they were guided to misunderstand you. A certain name appears again and again, a friend, an advisor, a voice that never wanted you two together. Every memory that once felt confusing suddenly makes perfect sense. Anger fills them, but beneath the anger is heartbreak. How could they let someone else decide your worth? Their chest tightens as they whisper, I pushed away the only one who truly cared. They finally understand that the fight wasn't just emotional, it was orchestrated. Heaven allowed it to shake them awake, to expose who was standing beside them for truth and who wasn't. Archangel Michael stands by, ensuring justice moves through every hidden shadow. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Meanwhile, your spirit feels restless. You can sense something shifting behind the scenes, like invisible strings being untied. That heaviness around your heart starts to lift, and peace quietly takes its place. You don't know it yet, but their eyes have opened. They're beginning to defend your name in conversations they once stayed silent in. Their tone has changed, firm, protective, clear. People around them notice the difference. The same ones who mocked your connection now step back, afraid of the strength rising within them. Heaven is rebuilding what envy tried to break. Archangel Michael says, this is divine reversal. Everything stolen from truth shall return multiplied. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Don't scroll. This moment is sacred. The revelation that just struck their soul is rewriting the story itself. They confront the person who caused the fight. Voices rise again, but this time there's no confusion, only truth. Every deceitful word collapses beneath honesty. They walk away from the argument different, no longer blind, no longer prideful. The fire in their eyes now burns with clarity. They finally see who stood by them in love, and who disguised jealousy as advice. Archangel Michael surrounds them in light so they never forget this lesson. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Hours later, they sit in silence again, but this silence is clean, almost peaceful. For the first time in months, they breathe without guilt. They know what they need to do next. Their phone feels heavier than ever. Every vibration feels like destiny knocking. They type your name, pause, delete, then type again. This time, their message isn't rushed. It's raw. Honesty dressed in humility. They write, you don't owe me a reply. I just need you to know the truth. Archangel Michael watches the moment, smiling, for heaven loves humility more than perfection. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. As the message travels through invisible frequencies, your soul feels a sudden flutter. A chill, a warmth, a strange calmness, the signal that the energy between you is finally clean. Something you'd been waiting for without realizing it is arriving. When you read it, time will blur. The words will shake you, not from pain, but from how real they feel. They speak of regret, discovery, protection, and love that never ended. Your heart won't race, it will steady. Because deep down, you always knew this day was coming. You just didn't know how soon. Archangel Michael says, forgiveness is not weakness. It's heaven's loudest form of power. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. They confess everything, how they were misled, how the fight twisted because of others, how every night after that felt empty. Their words carry the weight of truth long suppressed. And as you read, something in you begins to soften. You realize it was never betrayal, it was divine correction. Heaven needed to remove the noise around your connection. The storm was never punishment, it was protection. Your eyes close, and tears fall silently. But this time, they're not from sadness, they're from release. The universe has finally balanced the scales. Archangel Michael blesses the moment with light that seals old wounds. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. In the coming days, communication grows stronger. No drama, no anger, just raw honesty. Each word exchanged builds a bridge over the ashes of misunderstanding. You start noticing little signs, a blue feather, a flicker in the candle, numbers aligning in strange sequences. Every sign whispers confirmation, it's real, it's aligned, it's happening. You feel lighter when they speak now. The heaviness that once haunted your heart has turned into calm assurance. What's meant for you has survived the test. Archangel Michael says, love purified by trial cannot be broken again. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Now the world around you begins to glow differently. Opportunities open, peace enters, synchronicities multiply. This is heaven rewarding patience and faith. You'll catch yourself smiling at random moments. Not because everything's perfect, but because your spirit finally feels safe. What was meant for harm turned into your greatest blessing. They, too, are changing. Their actions start reflecting their words, gentle, consistent, pure. They know that winning your trust again is sacred work. Archangel Michael stands watch, guarding the path you both now walk. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. Soon, the story will circle back to its divine completion. You'll meet again, maybe in an unexpected place, a street, a dream, a familiar sound. But when your eyes meet, time itself will kneel. All the pain, all the distance, all the lessons, they dissolve into purpose. What once broke you will now bless you. The energy will feel ancient and new at the same time. You'll both know without speaking, this was written before you were even born. The fight, the tears, the return, all of it was heaven's choreography. Archangel Michael whispers, peace has found its home. Type Amen to get blessing 3533.